This is my audience. You always laugh. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to tie a tie. And there are several ways that you can tie a tie, but in the end they pretty much all look the same. Today I'm going to show you 3 different ways. The first one is the 4-in-hand, the second is the half Windsor, and the third is the Nikki knot. So the 4-in-hand is common, easy to tie, small knot, and it's uneven. And this is how you do it. It's a little picture. So you take your tie and you put the wide end on the right and the narrow end on the left. And then you cross the wide end over the narrow end and pull it under. And then you cross it over again. Then you take the wide end, you put it through the center loop, and you pull it underneath. And then after you pulled it underneath, you tuck it under this little loop that was formed, and you hold the loop with your index finger to keep it from moving. And you make sure that it goes over, it gets a little twisted. And then once it's all the way through and you put the piece down, you hold down the narrow end in the back and you push it up so it goes into place. And then that's how you do the 4-in-hand. And then do you want to get a close? So the next one I'm going to show is the half Windsor, and this one's a little more difficult. So you take, and let me show you. So this one's common, it's not so easy. It's a medium-sized knot and it's even. And then this is a little diagram of how to do it. So you take your tie and it's the same thing with the wide end on the right and the narrow end on the left. And then you take the wide end and you tuck it over, like the same thing in the first one, the narrow end. And then you pull it underneath. And then you tuck this end into the center loop and you pull it down. And then you just pull it up so that it's closer to your neck. And then you take the wide end, you pull it over the little knot that you just created, and then you pull it over so it looks like this. And then you take the wide end, you pull it through the center and up, and then you tuck it right into this little loop that you just created. And then you hold down this again. And then once it's where you want it to be, you hold down the narrow end in the back and you pull it up towards your neck and you fix it so that it's where you want it to be. And then this is how you do the half Windsor, and that's what it looks like. So the last knot I'm going to teach you how to tie is the Nikki knot. It's uncommon, easy to tie, medium-sized, and it's uneven. And this is a picture of how you do the Nikki knot. So this one, you start the same thing with the wide end on the right, but you make sure you have the tie inside out so that the tag is facing out. And then you have to make sure that it's a foot beneath the narrow side. So then you take the narrow and you cross it over the wide, which is different than the other knots. And then you take the wide and you put it over and you tuck it through the center, and then you pull it through. So you have a weird looking thing in the beginning, and then you take the wide and you make sure that you pull it to the right, because you're going to bring it over this knot from the right to the left, like this. And then you just pull it up to make sure that it's near your neck. And then you take this, the wide end, you tuck it through the center, you pull it up, and then you have a little loop like the other knots. You pull it through the loop, holding down the knot that you're tucking it into. You pull it through, and then you hold the narrow end in the back to adjust where you want it on your neck. And this is how the Nikki knot looks. So I'll show you once more the different. This is 4 in hand. This is the half Windsor. And this is the Nikki knot. And there are several other knots you can make, like the full Windsor and a bunch of other ones, but I just wanted to show you 3 different ways that you can tie a tie. Thank you. This is my audience wearing the ties that I just showed you how to do.